Hi there. Thanks for staying with us here on Prime Morning. It's time for us to get into News Flash Conversation. It's proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise, Store Phones, Papa Pathy. If you need your phones, your home appliances, if you want to actually get some new television, the place you need to get it is Franco Trading Enterprise. We've got fridges for you, air conditions, and also all your microwaves and your blenders. You can get them at Franco Trading Enterprise. And don't forget that our branches are always open and you can just walk in there, enjoy some discount as well. You never can tell. Now, get the app on Google Play Store as the Franco Trading app, and you can also visit our website, www.francotrading.com, and you can get all the info that you need over there. Please do well and get our numbers from our website and the app as well, and give us a call, and always make sure that you're getting it from those places. Don't pick numbers on social media to do business with us. Just make sure that you're calling the numbers you see on our app, or maybe if you're on the website, you can also pick the numbers from there. Franco Trading Enterprise says still phones, Papa Pathy, and we're grateful to them this morning. We'll bring you a major conversation here. We'll be looking at the front page of the newspapers. I've got about 3 of them over here. My guests are seated in studio, and our major conversation this morning, well, we'll be looking at the issue of fuel. Petrol is going up, diesel is going up, and it starts from tomorrow, the 1st of April. And someone was actually asking me yesterday that, can this be an April Fool? I said, no, it can never be. Whatever it is, the pumps will be increasing the fuel. We'll be looking at that conversation here on the show. And also, we'll take a look at the issue of abandoned La Beach Towers, which is under assessment as engineers actually probe that unsafe structures that we found in the country. You remember that just 2 days ago, we're still struggling to understand how a building like what happened at the Accra New Town actually had to be given to people to even go in there, or people to even go in there by their own will in the first place, because the assembly is saying that they have actually, asked people not to go there because it's been identified as an unsafe place, but they still went there. We'll be looking at some of these issues. They've also identified about 4 places already, which they also still believe that they are unsafe for people to, stay in there. We'll be looking at that conversation. Moving forward, what is the, ideal situation that we need to put ourselves in as a nation to ensure some of these things do not happen in the country? We'll be looking at that as well. And maybe our opening comment will be on Blasters Otuado. After yesterday's defeat, he's been sacked as the coach of the Blasters. And I know Janet and the ladies with me this morning, Victoria and all that would find a way to maybe justify or, as it were, bid him goodbye, because they believe that he's not the man for the job. And so, we'll have that conversation. But let me introduce my guest in studio this morning, and then we'll get into the front page of the newspapers here on the show. Janet Asana Nabla is here with me. She's flag bearer of BNP, and she's always here. It's the Women Tuesday Prime Morning, so she's here. How are you doing?
Doing fine, by God's grace.
And how's the party?
Oh, the party is okay. We are planning on a nationwide tour.
Okay.
To inspect on our party offices.
That will happen this year?
Yes, that will happen in April.
Oh, okay. It starts in April?
Yeah, it starts just next. Tomorrow is next week. So we will be starting inspection of our party offices in the districts. Electoral Commission says that all political parties must have 2/3 of their offices in the districts. So we'll be going around to do inspection on our offices, and then we'll report it to Electoral Commissions. And we are doing that this April. Okay.
All right. That sounds good. We'll be there to also, support the tour as well. It's very necessary. We want a woman to become the next president of the country.
Very necessary. Very, very necessary.
Awesome. Also joining me this morning, Victoria Naima Abdullah is also here, member of the NDC communications team, also joining me this morning here as well. How are you doing, Vic?
I'm very well, thank you.
All good?
How are you? All good.
Okay.
All good.
And you have something on Monday you're embarking on?
Yeah, Easter Monday, we're going to Booty Falls. We're trying to promote some regional integration amongst our women. as the leader of the women in Ayawa SOS Wogon, it's important for me to also have my women explore.
Yeah.
And also to promote tourism as well. And so as part of the promotion of tourism, we have done that and visited our Eastern Regional Chairman Kebo, who pledged his full support for us. And that was also a direct way of informing the leadership of the Eastern region about our trip. I mean, as a party, we have structures, and the structures are supposed to be accorded the needed respect. And so we've done that. We have also met some stakeholders, some very relevant stakeholders. We've spoken to the Eastern Regional Women Organizer, Nana, who's also pledged her support for us. And so we're looking forward to a very exciting event.
So it's for only women, or can we join?
Men can join. I mean, we have men who have also put up their names on the list.
Add my name to that.
To be part,
I have to join.
It's important. We were there last Saturday.
Oh.
You know, the interesting thing is that for you to have access to the pool area where you see the waterfall, there are 250 concrete steps that you need to descend.
Exactly.
And then ascend.
Yeah.
And if I tell you how I'm feeling, the pace I'm feeling.
I have done that already.
You've done that, yeah.
For Explore, so I have a show.
And I'm also told that there's a hiking experience, 1 hour, where you can see the Umbrella Rock and then some other beautiful sights. I mean, it's nice. We want everybody to come on board.
Absolutely.
And then we can have a very great event.
I'll be there. I'll join it. I'll go and do that again. I remember the last time that we did, it was very, very terrible for me, but I'll try. Daily Graphic this morning is reporting on a few issues. Daily Guide is here. The Ghanaian publisher is also here, so I'll run through them quickly, and then we'll move on to our next conversation. It says, invoicing rocks raw rubber exports. That's on the front page of Daily Graphic. GCB bank profit before tax hits 3.17 billion Ghana cedis in 2025. Galamsey fights Lethargic Act now. Galamsey coalition appeals to president. And away from that, Akosombo Jakiti Kudigokope road project ahead of schedule. Contractor says so under the big push. Rans Logistics refunds 19.1 million Ghana cedis after audit. Deputy Finance Minister tells PAC, and that's the front page of the Daily Graphic. Now, Daily Guide this morning is also reporting a few issues, and it says that complete Agenda 111 project Nana to Mahama and the MMDC's drill boreholes at 100,000 Ghana cedis each. MP reviews and I'm one to testify virtually. That's also captured on the front page of Daily Guide. And Bogosu community backs Heath Goldfields. That's also on the front page of Daily Guide. Now, the last one, the Ghanaian publisher this morning, is also reporting on the issue of NPA. NPA steps up anti-fuel siphoning campaign, and away from that, prioritize Agenda 111 completion. Nana Akufo-Addo to Mahama, and Salman Youth petition government over Galamsey. That's also captured by the Ghanaian publisher this morning. Fidelity Bank supports University of Ghana's laptop initiative, and that will be the last story for the Ghanaian publisher this morning here on the front page of the various newspapers. Now you can grab a copy and read about them, and also here on the show, you can send your messages to us. Our WhatsApp line is active. We're streaming live on Facebook, and you can also share your thought. I'll be reading most of your comments that will be coming through today here on the show. So I expect that. All right. A big thank you once again to Franco Trading Enterprise. I'll tell you about what is happening in Gomoa Central Constituency this weekend. It's the Easter Carnival that you don't want to miss. It starts on the 2nd to the 5th of April. I'll give you more details on that here on the show. But make your plans and come with us. Let's have a great time together as we celebrate Easter in Gomoa Central Constituency this year. Anyway, we've been joined this morning. Grace Akosua Amoabeng is here with me, and she's a member of the NPP communications team. Grace, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Good morning. I hope you're also fine.
I'm well. Just a bit of cough and cold, but I'm
fine. You're good.
I'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
I mean, Vic has promised that she will take me to Botiful, so that alone should make me happy.
I can see Vic is chilling. Wow.
It's like
the past weeks, of course, it's anniversary. We are still. I think today is the end. Today is 31st of.
Okay, so
we are ending today. So yes, it's good for us to chill. We've worked hard. 10 years is not easy coming. So If she says we are chilling.
And winning the seat after 24 years in our Ogon is not easy as well. Yes.
Invite the MPP, then you go to the booty falls together. When they also do
She should have bought us some shirts, but she didn't.
Like, give them some t-shirts. Put them in, let them come.
I have t-shirts here after that.
Awesome. That's all I want. Anyway, now let's do this for like 2 minutes. The Otuado sack and the Black Stars. I'm sure the Black Queens, would have been an ideal situation in terms of talking about football. But I still want you, men, to share your thought on that. I'll start with Janet. Janet, what do you make of the Black Stars performance and Otuado being sacked? Well, the coach of Black Stars has been sacked after yesterday's game. He actually lost the game 2-1. And so,
after I thought it was a 5.
No, that was the first game with Austria. Yeah. Yesterday was Germany.
And we lost by 2.
Oh. And he's been sacked.
I didn't even watch it.
And Janet.
You see, look, I saw the man, I was so sad. Because before the man came into the country, he looked so fresh and looked so handsome. But they've sacked him with a mark. When you look at the picture, he has a mark. He's going out. You can see the mark on his face. So this is
frustration from Ghanaians.
Depression from Ghanaians. Look, be very careful becoming a coach if you don't know what you are doing. But when you look at his coaching style, I think that the one who brought him back should be held liable. We went to a World Cup with him, and we were not able to do anything. The first round, we were kicked out. And he was the one who took us there. So when he came, I think he resigned or we sacked him or something. Then we went and brought him back. I don't know why the GFA did this. To me, the Ghanaian team is not fit to be able to go for this 2026 World Cup. They are not fit.
So we shouldn't go?
No, we can give it to another African country to go on our behalf. Look, that is being fair. Because just imagine, we are going to misuse an opportunity as a country.
Okay,
and I don't think that is right. Number one, we are going to misuse money to give to Black Stars that we know they are not fit to be able to go to this 2026 World Cup, spend money and other things. So to me, the best and honorable thing we can do is to look at the African countries. Nigeria, have they qualified?
No.
Let's give it to Nigeria or another country that can be able to do the work. Because looking at Nigerians, it was just hard luck. No, it's true. It was just hard luck. They can play more. So let's give it to Nigeria or any other African country. To me, that is the honorable thing Ghanaians should do. But to go to World Cup and disgrace the entire country, let me tell you why I want them to do this. One man who was at our hospital was watching a Black Stars football match, and then they scored them. He screamed and went into coma and died. I don't want us to repeat this.
That's okay. All right, very well. Grace, you should also do 2 minutes for me.
Good morning to you once again. Well, this is interesting.
It's true.
Anyway, right. So I haven't been following the match. I haven't been following, but I think I heard the first 5.
Yeah, 5-1 with.
I was surprised. I thought it was just one of these games, like the European matches.
Liverpool.
Yes, I didn't know it was we're playing.
A friendly game with Australia.
Right. So we lost by 5-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Germany.
And then just yesterday, I didn't even know we were playing a football match. We lost by 2. Sorry, Ghanaians, forgive me. I love football matches, but yesterday I was very busy, so I couldn't watch. Well, I think they've sacked him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why they brought him back, but maybe sometimes consistency is also key.
That was what we were hoping to achieve.
Yes, some of these things, because the moment you keep changing, new faces, new players, every coach and the way they think or the way they reason. So sometimes it's good to maintain someone who has already worked with the person and also know how these people work together as a team. So I don't blame them for bringing him back. I don't know much about football anyway, but I think sacking him is the right way to go now because they gave him an opportunity to prove himself. A lot of people, Ghanaians, were excited that we were going for the World Cup. So many people have bought their Ghanaian jerseys and everything to celebrate. And then the first friendly match, we take in 5 goals. We bring back 5 goals, and then the next one we take in 2. Then it means he's not ready to take the country to the World Cup. And I'm hoping they'll be able to get somebody who is well prepared enough to take
In this short
yes, in this short period. Because what my honorable is saying here is possible, because it's just a waste of time. If we don't get someone who is qualified enough, because it's a short period, how are they going to train? Are they going to be able to work with this new person? Because it's a team. The team should be able to work with the coach. Would they be able to work with the coach at this given time, like this short period, for them to win? Because we are not going to just play and lose and come back. We want to win. We want to bring the cup home. That's the wish of every Ghanaian, to make sure we go for this World Cup and bring the cup home. We are not going there to lose. So they should consider all that, the monies involved and all that. Are we bringing a new coach who's going to help us to win, or because we've qualified, we just have to get a new coach and then we win? But yesterday, I even saw the lineup, the technical team, the number of people, and I think the amount they are being paid and all that. That is a lot of money. Are we going there to just go and throw this into, like, just go and waste the money and come back whilst there are pressing issues? Yeah, we have to go for the World Cup anyway, but we have to consider some of these things. The team and then the management should sit down well and make sure they put the right things in order, so that we don't go back, we don't go to the World Cup, waste so much money, carry people from here to the United States and Canada just to go and waste the taxpayers' money and then come back with nothing. So that's what I would consider.
Very well, thank you, Grace. Let me have Vic have a take on that as well.
KMJ, no, I think that we're carried away by the fact that we're winning the the stages that led us to qualify for the World Cup, and so some of the issues that were supposed to be tackled were ignored. And I agree with a lot of the Ghanaians who are saying that Coach Addo should have left a long time ago, because we have seen some of his defeats and some of his deficiency in terms of his technical abilities. And so now that the management has made a very good decision to let him go, I also think that some of the players would also have to go. And then we can scout for good players around. It's not too late. We are going in June. And with football, it's all about dynamics. And it's about the lineup. It's always about knowing your opponents. And by this time, we should know the opponents that we are playing against, so that we know the lineup that we are going to, present for the World Cup. It's not too late. We can still work something out. And then also see how best, you see, when issues like this happen, we have to blame the leadership. GFA, I think that they have failed us in the last 10 years. In the last 8 to 10 years, GFA has failed Ghanaians. And so what is it about the GFA that things are not working out? We saw the leadership of Nyantechi, even though it was marred by some scandals. But we saw his leadership. What did he do right? Can we bring such people on board, as part of the technical team, to offer the advice that, we would need as a nation? We need all of these people on board. When it comes to critical situations like this, as a nation representing the World Cup, it is important that we identify people of great expertise, bring all of them together, form a committee, an interim committee that will supersede the affairs of this particular World Cup. And so much as we are looking at, Coach Addo leaving, Ghanaians are happy he's leaving, but if we don't put the right people in place, we're going to make the same mistakes again. And for me, I have lost hope. I wanted to go to the US so badly, but I don't think I'm interested in going, because I don't think that I would want to be in the US to go and watch my team.
And suffer all this defeat.
And then suffer the defeat, And sometimes when it happens like that, you become so frustrated that you can't even find your way back. And I love my country.
We're back.
Yes, no, I love my country. And just like Janet Riley said, somebody died in coma. And so
that was situations.
Yes. So I don't know what's going to happen to me in the US. And I think I have only 2 family in the US. And they are very far away, somewhere in California. And so where will so let's see how best we can bring all hands on deck, bring all the expertise on board. If it is a sports journalist that we know that they can contribute to the success of the World Cup, let's bring them on board. Even if it is Grace, who has some expertise to help us and take us to World Cup. We should look at that. I mean, this is a national event, and I think that the passion must be ignited once again.
And I think one thing also, which I feel that Ghanaians have also complained about for a long time, is the GFA. Some people believe that we should the entire GFA should go.
Because we have a lot of players that could have helped the country. I've heard about people paying in order to get in. When you have an organization that you are looking for people who can do the work, and yet we have people looking for money before accepting people into that profession, then there will be a problem.
Yeah, it's corrupt.
Do you understand? So the corruption in Ghana football is too much. Because Ghana, we have competent footballers from all the regions, constituencies, and yet we can't get a best team to represent us. The only people who can pay are those that get to be seen to be picked. So GFA, I think we have a very great problem with that organization or institution, and we need to think beyond money. That is what Africans we always look for. We don't look for prestige. Our success is based on money. So anyone that you give a position to, the person is thinking about what money, how he can use the position to make money. You see, and GFA is not, they are not an exception. They are also part. So I think that if we remove the money factor and we start to look for prestige, start to look for people who are competent and can do the work, I think that the GFA will be okay.
Okay, very well. So, yeah, that's on the football issue. You can also send your messages to us. Maybe you can add that to the messages that you've been sending to us this morning. What's your take on the issue of Otuado's sack? And, we're going to read all those messages here on the show. Now, let's get into the fuel conversation. Now, petrol now is 13.30. Diesel is selling at 17.10. And that's the increment that you're going to be experiencing from tomorrow. And National Petroleum Authority has actually issued a statement with that regards. It comes with its, own issues in terms of how much is going to go up, how much the pumps are supposed to be doing. In fact, they are saying no fuel station should go below the price that they are giving. And so, that's also another conversation. But the major thing is, are we going to see an increase again moving forward, looking at what is happening in the international market? That's also one thing that we should be looking at. Now, Grace, let me start over with you.
Oh.
Okay, Nick.
Mr. Khan, I'm preparing. Okay, no, let's go.
Nick, the minority, and I'm sure many Ghanaians, depending on which divide you belong to, will be excited about this. Some would also be thinking in the next 1 month or two, how are we going to be seeing this? Is it going to be going up or are we going to be coming down? Because fuel has one of the major issues when it comes to this country, and the fact that even politics, it's always used as a reason for somebody to believe that the party is doing well or not. So I don't know. How are we looking at this?
I mean, the minority has cause to be happy. Obviously, we saw.
Well, I won't be surprised if they actually, chanted praises.
Yeah,
that's bad.
You see, the Russian-Ukraine war.
Yeah.
That some people may have tagged it as being politicized. When it happened, and then fuel had to go up. There was not much conversation about that within that period. But we see a global situation that has affected fuel. And at this point, every Ghanaian is talking about Iran. Every Ghanaian is talking about Israel. And we see a lot of people watching war movies and all that. And I hear people talk about, how missiles are flying and how Iran is doing so well, in terms of putting America in check. You see, this is a conversation that is ongoing. And as a government, we haven't relented on providing information regarding the effect of what this global crisis would have on us as a nation. We've been very consistent in updating the people. Even our president also talked about it and made some projections towards some of the effects of this global crisis on our economy. And then we have NPA, who has also come out with a communication. It is NPA that actually came out to say this. It is not an issue of, Ghanaians are there and then we just hear that fuel prices have hiked. At this point, we've seen that there's a conversation around it where we expect that every Ghanaian will be part of the process. And so we've ensured that. All these updates are more of a way psyching the people to understand that the situations that we are bedeviled with are things that we can't do anything about at the moment. But hey, we've got you. And so these are the solutions, interim. So this interim solution is something that is going to last for a while. I don't think this war is going to last forever. So long as this war continues to linger around, and so long as, America and then all of these, actors are going through or taking the world to that level, definitely this is expected. Now, what I am assuring Ghanaians as a member of this government is that for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the president of this nation, he cares so much about us, and his priority is for Ghanaians to have a very soft livelihood so that we can also trade and then make profits, and then everyone can live comfortably. I can assure Ghanaians at this point that with the pragmatic steps that we have taken right now, Ghanaians should expect that so long as, or as long as the war ends, whatever measures that will be put in place to ensure that the fuel returns to the prices that all are normalized is going to happen. And so Ghanaians should expect that. If the war
lingers on for the longest.
I'm not sure that this war is going to linger on. If you look at the information that is coming, you can see that America already is, trying to find ways to talk with Iran to see how they can settle and negotiate behind the scenes. That is happening. Obviously, America is being affected as well.
Yeah.
When you look at the Strait of Hormuz, that is the advantage that Iran has. And because of that, that is why they are also fighting so hard, because they know that we'll hit you hard economically. If you come at us and you want to, destabilize our country, we also have what it takes to hit back at you. And so with that, there is no way that this war would continue for that long. Definitely, America would also want the economy to grow. And so I believe strongly that this war will end soon, and then we're going to be happy again. Fuel prices will return to normal. This, unlike previous years, where we had seen that there was an issue of a war, there was settlement. There were negotiations ongoing, and then there were even decrease. The amounts of the trade, the oil trade was decreasing, but at the end of the day, we still saw that the prices at the pumps were not going down. But with this particular situation, we're going to make sure it's a road and we are journeying together. And so every step of the way, Ghanaians will be updated. We can even see a fall in the price somewhere in May. It is expected.
It's possible.
It's possible. Even in June, it's possible that we're going to see some reduction in the prices. Like I said, we have a very good team in place. The finance minister is an amazing person. We've seen the work that he has done in previous years. And so I believe that with what is happening, he's capable with his team to put all the pragmatic steps in place to ensure that this particular situation doesn't linger on for too long.
Okay. Thank you, Vicky. Let me have the take of Grace as well.
All right. I'm very happy. My sister here is talking so nicely and softly about how it's good to update Ghanaians and all that. I really appreciate where she's coming from. And she said the minority will be happy. Why will we be happy? Am I not in this country? I bought fuel coming here. So if the fuel goes up, it's not going to just affect me.
That's how politics is always.
Right, no. Because, you know why? I'm sure she will say that because during the MPP time and we had challenges, there were wars, we moved from COVID-19 straight to a war, and then things were going up. I'm sure they were jubilating. So she thinks we are also going to jubilate. I'm in this car, I'm a Ghanaian. If something goes up, if fuel goes up, I will equally buy fuel. My family members will buy fuel. It will affect me.
So I am not. It's not like your advantage.
it's not like I am excited that fuel prices are going up, but it's just to make a point that when it is another person's tenure, you should also watch how you create politics out of everything. The Ghanaian is very wise, and they are seeing everything. You use this same fuel, you campaign with it, knowing very well that there was a war going on, and there's a high possibility that fuel prices were going to go up at that time. She said something like, the war is not going to last forever. Is the war, Russian-Ukraine war, still going on? I hear they are still talking, but are they still throwing bombs like how we're experiencing? So eventually, the war was also going to end back then for things to fall in place. But what did they do? They used this war, they put it in the mind of Ghanaians that the NPP is the one behind the fuel prices going up, knowing very well that there was a war going on, and they were trying to negotiate to see how best the war will stop. We are here. The last time, I think 2 weeks ago, the minority was asking that they should take the one Ghana cedis de-levy off so that it would cushion Ghanaians a bit, because we are anticipating that fuel prices are going to go up. Have they done that? No. We are still up. This increase is going up, and we are still paying 1 Ghana cedis de-levy.
The energy minister believes that it won't be a good idea.
It wouldn't be a good idea, but we cannot now. We do not have what do we call it? We don't have we don't know when the war is going to end. Today is what? We are in April, and the prices...
April is going to be tomorrow, so
April is going to be tomorrow, and we are hitting 17 cedis, 10 pesos, and 13 cedis, 30 pesos for petrol, which means if the war doesn't stop anytime soon, we will be hitting 20 Ghana cedis per liter of diesel. And also, I don't know,
they intend to put measures in place to ensure
it doesn't escalate. But then we've given a solution. We said that one Ghana cedis de-levy can be taken off right now. Of course, even if it's 17, if it was taken off right now, you'll be paying 16 cedis. It makes a difference because it's per liter, not the whole per liter.
But that is also for another purpose, which if you're not careful when you remove.
It doesn't affect anything. Why did they put the de-levy? To solve doom? So are we not experiencing doom? So just started last week. I bought 100 cedis for a small shop. I always talk about the small shop. I bought 100 cedis electricity, and it lasted for a day. We used just 2 freezers. It lasted for a day. 100 cedis. I can show you. I took a screenshot of it because I knew I was going to definitely talk about this. It lasted 100 Ghana cedis lasted for a day. You have already increased electricity tariffs, how many? By 28.5% since you came. If you look at it, even the beginning of this year, they increased the price of electricity. Where are all the increases going to? If a war is happening, and then you can reduce this, you can take the de-levy off, repeal it, and then Ghanaians will be okay. Why can't you do that? Because you said the president cares so much. The same president who politicized this fuel prices you are now telling Ghanaians that it's the war. We will negotiate and things will happen. But back then, our president, the president of Ghana, stood on his campaign ground and said, "You are 2 bombs 7,000 kilometers away. How does it affect the ordinary Ghanaian?" Now you people are back to your senses that a war that is happening 8,000 kilometers away can affect us Ghanaians in this economy. NPA has even given what we call a price floor. A price floor that it cannot go down. Even if, recently, one of the 2, Well and this other one. Shell? No, Well and...
Total.
Not Total. Star Oil. They were competing to the extent that they were sharing... Breakfast and all that so that people would come and buy fuel from them. Now you've given a price floor.
That was an interesting competition.
It was, but right now with the price floor, what interesting competition are we going to have again?
We're definitely going to have it.
You have given a price floor. So even if Star Oil wants to go down, they cannot do that. And then you are also refusing to take the 1 cedi de-levy off. this price floor can, what do we call it, can put pressure on the ordinary Ghanaian. It's good for the government, yes, because of the fuel taxes and all that. But then it will be a disadvantage to the drivers, the transport operators, and also the ordinary Ghanaian like me. So you have all this in place to make sure that we are okay, but then you still want to keep the D-levy going. Do you think you have the ordinary Ghanaian at heart? You do not. So the same, like I said, the same people who use this are now coming to Ghanaians to tell us that it is possible that things will go up. We are going to experience the change. When it is the NDC era, it should happen. But when it is the NPP era, the NPP is behind this. In all this, I am very happy. I'm not very happy that the price. I am very happy that we have been able to prove a point to Ghanaians that this increase, the prices of fuel going up, wasn't the fault of the current government, but because of external shocks, which these people said it was never possible for external shocks to affect Ghanaians, because we are how many 7,000 kilometers away from those countries. It will never. But now, one that is where is the United States? How many kilometers is that? Or they are replacing Togo.
There's no one in the United States.
They are replacing Togo. Benin is replacing Iran and then Israel. They are close to us, right? So it can affect us. The hypocrisy is real, and it's staring in their faces. And I know a lot of Ghanaians are wise. They will see what is going on. They will know that back then it was the same thing happening now. Nothing has changed. External shocks can affect this country, and by God's grace, it is so clear that we can see. It's not that we are happy. They were happy. They jubilated because it was our time. We had just moved from Corona, and we were going through another war, and it was difficult. It was challenging. It was a challenging time for the government. But if they want to be Ghanaian now, you could have used that Ghanaian spirit to tell Ghanaians that this time the country is going through some challenges, and then, like she said, the war is not going to last forever. So Corona was not going to last forever. Russia-Ukraine war was not going to last forever. We will be able to get this country back on track. But no, they decided to politicize this, and now when it is the NDC turn, you want us to be proper Ghanaians. The Ghanaians themselves will see through everything. The lies you told, the lies you stood on the campaign grounds to tell them, the things you said you were going to change. Something like Galamsey is the same as fuel. We will be able to stop Galamsey if the president has the will, can stop Galamsey in 1 week. In 1 week, we have a president. Why are we still doing Galamsey? Let's pay 1 Ghana cedis D-levy so that we are experiencing doomsday. We are still paying more on electricity tariffs. Like I said, my own shop, I always mention it. I paid 100 Ghana cedis for a day, less than 24 hours, and I have the receipts here. When we are done, I will show it to you. I'm not lying. We are struggling. So if D-levy, you can take D-levy at this crucial moment whilst ECG is going up, our meters are running, and now we don't have any. Yes, if you can do that, then we can see that you are a listening government. You are not listening. You just want to tell Ghanaians that, oh, this is bound, is meant to happen because it is NDC's time. It is His Excellency John Dramani's time. So this can happen. So we should just keep quiet and watch you. No. Now that is happening, we all agree that there's a war. Do whatever you can do to make sure the Ghanaians are not going to suffer. So the war that she said is not going to last forever will stop. Because at the end of the day, we don't know. The world is to go. As last week, they increased it by 12 cedis. There was an increase, and we're thinking by this time. Yes, we're thinking by this time the war should have died out, and then we'll be going back to our normal. No, but it's still going on. So if you gave an estimated time to June, May, June. What if May, June is still going on? So whilst we are thinking it can stop, we should also look at if it is not stopping, how is it going to affect us as a country? The government should start doing things now that would change, that would help pushing before we get there. We cannot wait to get to 20 before you come back to say the D-levy. If the D-levy can help Ghanaians at this time, if you take it off, we'll be paying 16 cedis. another thing will come up, and then we'll see the way forward.
Okay. Thank you very much, Grace. Let me go to Janet. Janet.
With the pressure on the entire world, of course, Ghana is bound to be affected with high fuel prices, because I heard that Iran contributes about 5% crude to the world market. So if they are having problems with other countries, of course, it's bound to affect us. So for the PNP, we know that these problems will come. The difficulty here is that as a country, we've been faced with this difficulty. What is Atuforsin doing? Because we've all heard that the economy was robustful, Atuforsin was forcing, and this is the time that Atuforsin should let us see the effort he has made. That when we have global issues of this nature, a robust economy is able to absorb the shocks, not to push it to the consumers. This is to tell you that there have not been any economy, no one is managing anything. Because when an economy is well managed and we have global shocks coming, the economy is able to absorb the shocks. They don't push it to the consumer. But we've all seen that Atuforsin and his forcing economy could not do that. And that should be a worrying trend, that it is not true that he's forcing. It is not true that he's managing the economy as we're dissing. Because when you manage economy, you put certain things in place to make sure that when you have difficulties, it doesn't just come to Ghanaians all of a sudden. But I want them to also understand something. During the Russian-Ukraine war and then the coronavirus era, we saw that the MPP did not just get up and just brought prices, and it went up. First, it went to 12, from 12 to 13, 13 to 14. The highest they had was 17. That was in December. And we screamed. Within 1 month, it came back. That was when I think they said they were bringing something in place. And then they started with that thing. And it helped and brought the oil back to 10 cedis. Gold for oil. Right. It brought the oil back to 10 Ghana cedis. And from 10 Ghana cedis, it went up to 14 cedis, 75 pesos. And that was what they handed over to the MPP, to the NDC. So the MPP were able to hand over a fuel price range of diesel, 17 cedis, 75 pesos. Petrol, the same. You can. It was on Gual. This information I'm using Gual. Other places it was lower than that. You see, but if we want to do comparison, that time Gual was high, very high. So and it was 14 cedis, 75 pesos. So if they have given you a fuel tag of 14 cedis, 75 pesos, and you just came in, all of a sudden, diesel is going to 17 cedis. 10 pesos, 17 cedi, 10 pesos. And then as for the petrol, that one is even better. But diesel, you pick it from when to where. So their record is breaking. Because with the MPP, even the 17...
You think they can solve this issue?
I don't know
just
how
as
Vic indicated
and
you know something?
It will just take a couple of months if things get better.
You know something? I want
they don't appreciate NDC.
I want to veer off from even that place and go to Tamakulo. Tamakulo, you are wicked.
Oh.
I'm telling you. Tamakulo, who used to be holding 2 A4 sheet papers from one radio station to another, from one television station to another, telling people we are poor. And the MPP government, they are wicked. They want to kill us. That time, I believe Tamakulo, every time on Monday, he will be in one of the television stations. I would tune my television to that, to listen to him, because I saw that he was speaking the mind of Ghanaians. He spoke about how Ghanaians are poor. And then, instead of us, the MPP government helping to salvage the situation, they are right out putting more fuel prices, making the living standard of the ordinary Ghanaian to depreciate. And I trusted him by then. Today, your party, the National Democratic Congress, gave you opportunity to be a leader under MPA. And you brought a price floor. Do you know what the price floor means? The price floor says that you can increase, but you cannot decrease. And you know who he's doing this to save? Industries. Some of the fuel price stations that companies that have higher prices have gone to Tamakulo and sat down with Tamakulo. And Tamakulo said, I will help you to the detriment of Ghanaians.
Oh, I don't think...
Please. I'm making my submission. I'm making my submission.
How factual are you with this?
Listen, when I'm saying... No. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving a scenario.
Okay. So
it is like I'm giving a scenario that some of the fuel stations maybe went to Tamakulo. So let me use the word maybe. And they sat down and they said, help us, Tamakulo. What can we do so that those who are selling lower fuel prices and Ghanaians are buying, we can take it away from the other?
Why do you think he will do that? He's supposed to be doing things for the interest of the nation.
Why don't you tell me the reason why he brought a price floors? Do you know the meaning of a price floor? Do you know? Price floors are brought to help industries against the citizens.
That's not true.
That is the meaning.
That's not true. I mean, let's not deceive Ghanaians.
The two of you, when you were speaking, I was so quiet. The two of you, give me that tolerate and let me finish.
Sorry.
Listen, National Democratic Congress, do you know their do you know their ideology? They say they are social democrats. Do you know the meaning of social democracy? When prices are high, the government comes in to lower the prices for the ordinary people because that's what the social democracy
they haven't done that.
They are rather helping the industries, telling the marketers, don't reduce prices. Do you know what is even hypocritical about these issues? Ever since the NDC came, they have used propaganda lies, and their propaganda machine is so huge that Ghanaians cannot hear the truth. But when the voice of God rises, everything that is not of him will come down. Listen, today, the National Democratic Congress, the ideology of the National Democratic Congress is to make sure that government intervene to help people. Today, Tamakulo, under the NDC, is intervening on behalf of industries. Some of the oil companies don't like the low prices that other companies are selling. So they now want prices of a price floor that put the price on this. Nobody can lower the price. Have you heard this? Didn't they say Ghana was running a free market economy? I remember when President Mahama came and claimed that the dollar has gone down. And I, Janet Nabla, I said, no, the dollar is down. People have not lowered down their prices. So what can you do to be able to help the ordinary Ghanaians? Do you know what the Minister for Trade told me? He said that Ghana is not a communist state. Ghana is a free market economy. And for that matter, they are running a free market economy. They have no power over the marketers. Oh, today you have power over oil industry to put price floors. They have never, ever since NDCA came to power, they have never made any effort to help any ordinary people. But they have been able to make effort to help producers. People who are selling to us, they help them. That is why I was saying that I don't know whether they made a plan with them. But whatever they are doing now, they are doing it to their own detriment. Because even their ideology, they don't know their own ideology. They don't know why they are. You know, a political party that is so fake. When I say fake, how can you be a social democratic party?
NDP is fake.
NDC, they are fake. Look, you are a social democratic party and you are practicing MPP, their own capitalism. You don't know that what you are doing is capitalism. You are using capitalist method and claiming that you are social democrats.
So both NPP and NDC are not all good for the country then?
But why am I here? So all what I'm saying is that the MPP, NDC, they want to always tell the people of Ghana, we are fighting for the poor. But that is the fake accent that I want Ghanaians to know. They are liars.
Okay.
It's not the matter of you telling us that you are.
Let me see if they can.
But my last point.
React to some of
the deregulation policy that they brought, is it going to still be practical now that you are having price floors? We have a deregulation policy. When prices go up, it goes up. When it comes down, and then you put in a price floor. Are you now trying to erase the deregulation policy? These people, Ghana, we have used our colored TV and went and taken a black and white. I'm telling you, these people.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All right. Vivek, you want to react to someone?
You see, KMJ.
Yeah.
You know, Janet wants to be president. And so I expect that anytime she has the floor, to speak.
Yeah.
She needs to speak to the facts. Now, you see, I am not happy for her calling Tamaklo wicked. That is number one. Because, no, wait, I am not happy for her calling... It's not Tamaklo who called Nanado Nebuchadnezzar. You can go on the internet and look for those who called Nanado Nebuchadnezzar. But Tamaklo didn't call Nanado Nebuchadnezzar. Tamaklo is a guy... Tamaklo is a young gentleman who has actually set a precedent in Ghana.
What precedent?
And being the boss of NPA, you see, let me give you a definition of what this floor... the price floor means. You see, this regulation prevents oil marketing companies from selling below this threshold to protect smaller firms, maintain market stability, and curb predatory
Shell and Total, you are here talking about...
You understand? This is in relation to Tamaklo setting a minimum mandatory per litre price for petrol, diesel, and LPG.
So the whole idea is that... So the whole idea is to support other lower...
And then they are trying... You see, she did the narration in the opposite, saying that Tamaklo is trying to protect the bigger firms, which is not true.
Listen, it's not
which is not true.
He's trying to protect.
You understand? He's not trying to protect any bigger firms. This is a way that we are trying to prevent predatory pricing.
You can come here to lie to
you cannot. Nobody is lying to Ghana. It is you that is deceiving Ghanaians. You want to be president, but you are not speaking to the issues. You are only speaking by emotions. You understand? Janet is speaking with emotions. As at December 2025, fuel was selling at 11.9. That is petrol. And diesel was selling at 12.47. December 2025. We are in April. We've had a global crisis. And this is a global crisis. Janet even said it, that Iran is contributing to 5% of crude.
It's also part of the global crisis.
You understand? What was Iran and what was Ukraine and Russia doing? What was the relationship between Ghana and Ukraine and Russia in terms of fuel? But the NPP, in the time when they governed this nation, imposed levies on Ghanaians. By this time, they would have imposed Israel levy, they would have imposed Iran levy, they would have imposed America levy, and Ghanaians will be paying for this. But we haven't imposed any levies on Ghanaians, but rather we have opened a price window where we are regulating pricing. And then you come and say again,
they wanted to take the
we are not taking the levy off. We came and we scrapped levies to a tune of 15% that were taxable to Ghanaians.
It's a game.
And we've taken these levies off and put the levy, fixing the canker that you left. You bought cables for ECG, and you own the committee. The board.
How many containers got missing?
Have you arrested the cable? There's only cable. And these cables were meant to fix the issue of electricity.
I said how many containers?
You couldn't fix electricity. You came and called it Doom CSA. So at the time when the MPP were leaving power, they said they were doing Doom CSA. Did you CSA? You said you were doing Doom CSA. By the time MPP were exiting power and we took over, they said it was called Doom CSA. And now today we are doom CSA and you are saying what? We are doom CSA, you say what? Now you are talking about, let me ask.
That they do not want you to be doing what
let me ask Grace. Let me ask Grace. You said you bought 100 CDs.
Yes.
For two freezers. Two freezers. How old is your freezer? How old is your freezer?
My freezer is not even 5 years old.
It's not, how old is it?
It's not 5 years old.
You see, you can't buy freezer. So you can't buy freezer. And then instead of putting the right quantity of
freezer is old.
It's a first thing. It's a first.
Where's the money?
It's a first.
Where's the money to be?
And sometimes they'll go and buy freezer.
Now they are telling us what to buy.
From
these people.
This is your argument.
Second-hand freezer, and then you bring it and come and buy 100, and it is going. You are nice.
I don't know.
I want to understand how that affects consumption.
It does, because
I don't know if the women who use You see,
let me tell you something about freezer. I use freezer.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about freezer. When you buy freezer, it has a capacity. They'll say 5 liter, 2 liter, 3 liter. They'll buy freezer 5 liter and pack 10 liter items in the freezer. Are you not forcing it to work beyond the
okay, and that automatically affects the
consumption? It affects the consumption. You understand? This is the technicalities we need to be talking about. You can't just come here and told us in the eyes of Ghanaians that your visa is there. The visa
I will take you to my shop.
No, wait, then go and take me to your shop. By the time, go and check the visa is second-hand that she has bought from America when she traveled, when they were in power. And that free that you have got to buy, you expect that.
You know something? Okay, so you know something.
Wait, let me.
You know something? He spoke about my own test before yours. You know something? My surprise is no. You already spoke. You know something?
But Janet, I left you before I went to bed.
No. I wanted.
So Janet, I'm sure you want to react to what Vic would also say.
Yeah.
And that of Vic and Grace. So let me let Grace speak, and then when you're done, then you can react to some of the things that they've said.
Well, it's interesting listening to her. For the record,
take you to the shop.
I do not use a second-hand freezer. That's for the record. I do not use a second-hand freezer that I bought when we were in power. No. I use the correct freezer because it's a cold store. So we use correct freezers. She's behaving like they are.
But what we how much consumption were you?
We could use when we buy 300 cedis, it could go for 2 weeks.
This was between which period?
Oh, just this year. I have receipts. It could go 2 weeks. We were even buying, at a point, we were buying 500 cedis. I said I will show it to you when we are.
Could it be also the fact that the meters are experiencing some problems?
No, because it's not just that shop. In my house, we have the same, not just the shop, the house. Okay. So the house, because it is not a cold store, we can put some of the things off when, like let's say the freezer is over free, we can put it off. So it doesn't really, that's how we're able to manage the life situation at home. But in the shop, a consumer cannot come in and then you
constantly need
exactly because it affects whatever product you have in there. When it thaws and then you thaw it back, it affects the what we call the items. So we cannot do that. We have to keep it running. And I said 100 cedis a day, not even 24 hours. So because the time we bought it and at the time the lights went off, it's not 24 hours. For 100 Ghana cedis. So imagine what the young entrepreneur is going through with this. I am young and I've started a business. If I'm supposed to pay 100 cedis a day for ECG, how much profit will I make? How much profit is on your fishes and chicken and all that? How much profit do you have for me to be buying 100 cedis every day? Do you understand? It is not easy for a lot of people. Young people are hairdressers, barbers are coming up. You people said you won't give them 24-hour economy. You give them one. They should go and set up Indomie joints. Now people are opening up barbering shops and all that. And you are collapsing them because you cannot even sustain the ECG. You can't help us with ECG tariffs. You are increasing it by high percentages. When she was talking, she was behaving like their presidential staffer who went to sit on TV radio to say that if you cannot be buying in bulk, you can't be buying in small. Yeah, because they are making money, so they can buy in bulk. But what about a young entrepreneur who doesn't have anything and can buy 50 cedis or 60 cedis to keep them up? You are telling them that they should what? They should buy they shouldn't buy in bits, they should buy in bulk. She's sitting here telling us that if we are home and you are using a second-hand freezer, go and throw it away and look for money and buy a proper freezer. Is that a way to help Ghanaians? You are even adding more salt to their injury. That's if they are using a second hand.
When they were in power, you banned second hand. When they were in power, they banned second hand freeze.
You said they should go and throw it away, even if it
when your party was in power, you banned the usage of second hand freeze because you said it is having
now that you are in power.
It is training
that they should throw their freezers away
you
and go and buy new freezers because that is what is affecting them. That's what I'm saying. She's acting like that woman who is the presidential staffer who went to sit on radio to say that Ghanaians stop buying small, go and buy big because they are buying in bulk. I've forgotten her name. I think that's it.
Yeah,
she said that when we came, you are being like her. I mean, you are learning from her. So
I'm not learning from her.
I'm not surprised.
We are saying that.
And then she said that when we were in power and then we had this external shows coming in, we're bringing levies, and that is false. That is a lie. It is false. Please, you are in power, so stop lying. You lied, then you lied to come to power. Now you are in power, so stop lying. So let me tell you some of the things that the MPP did when the external shocks came. When she was talking, my honorable said, we introduced the gold for oil policy. That helped us to reduce the foreign exchange for the purchase of fuel from in the other countries. And then 2, we did the price stabilization and recovery levy. That was brought in 2021. We reduced it to 16 Ghana cedis per liter, right? And then 1.6.
Yeah.
1.660 per liter. And 2, we reduced the special petroleum tax from 17.5% to 15%. That was some of the things these are some of the 3 things we did to make sure Ghanaians were comfortable during that very terrible moment of our lives. We were able to do that. We reduced all these things. What have you done? You are even giving us a price floor so that people can, it would rather, like she said, it would rather benefit the industry players, not the ordinary Ghanaians. Oh, that is the advantages of that. That is the advantages of the price floor. There is no point, if you check, you can Google it. If there is no point where you see advantages benefiting the price floor, advantages benefiting any ordinary person. If you Google it or you check the advantages of price floor, it goes to the benefit of the industry player, not for the ordinary.
How does it benefit the industry player? How? Give example. It rather increases the cost of fuel for the ordinary trotro taxi driver. It increases
you said I should wait too.
It increases the prices of food in the market. Those are the things that affect us. But if you're asking for the advantages, you don't know that the competition after the 13 cedis price floor, they can add their what we call it, their profits or whatever they need to.
To what?
No.
To what?
That is the level.
You are buying at 13. You are going to the pump to buy at 13.
No,
you are going to the pump to buy at 13 and buy diesel at 17. So who is benefiting? Who will put what on what?
The 13 doesn't mean they should charge at 13. They can add whatever their profits or whatever.
You see, you don't even understand it.
Who said they don't understand? You don't understand.
No, you don't understand.
The 13 cedis doesn't mean
you don't understand.
Shell can decide to sell at 14 cedis. What they are saying is that you cannot reduce it down to 12 cedis. You all have to sell from 13 cedis. So you add your charges and whatever to it.
And then they
Shell can sell at 14 cedis. So you don't understand. You should go and research it. It doesn't mean that they are all selling at 13 cedis. They can add their prices.
You are propaganda.
You should read it.
Let's do real politics.
Let me do some messages.
It's very clear in your
Me, I've read, but no, it's not my face. No, don't use my face as a yardstick.
It's okay. Don't talk.
Adi Tom says, good morning, brother. In fact, sometimes if you listen to the level of corruption and stealing that took place under the watch of Nanado and his vice, Dr. Ghana was a crime scene under the leadership of Nanado and his vice, Dr. Baumia. They just came to create loot and share. Trusting Dr. Baumia is like deceiving yourself that castrated he-goats can still make female goats pregnant. Janet Nabila should think of a dead political party and leave the great NDC alone. And I understand why she was sacked from PNC.
Nobody sacked me. I don't know what is wrong with this.
Gasti in Brekum says, I really love Janet. She's fearless and practically consistent. NDC has now been exposed and they must apologize to Ghanaians. Sami Jemfi and Tamaklo were ranting like the world was coming to an end during an Ado's regime. The law of karma doesn't miss address. And this one over here says, KMJ, good morning to you and your panel, especially my NPP lady and the PNP candidate. I am not rejoicing over the new fuel price, but my joy is people who earlier said and believed external factors cannot affect Ghana's domestic affairs have now realized that the phenomenon is real. Indeed, the evil that men do lives after them. If the NDC have had, they should remove the D-levy from the fuel prices, which amount to almost 4 Ghana cedis on a gallon. Missed that?
So it means you have to come back.
Okay, whilst I wait for that, let me have your take.
You see, I've heard my sister speak. I like her so much, but she's in the wrong political party. Political party that is specialized in propaganda and lies. That's what they used to win their political power. when we were not having this WhatsApp, we were not having Facebooks, and TikTok was not vibrant, they could lie and people will not know. But now, Ghanaians are exposing their lies. And you see, whenever they want to do something criminal, they look for something that they are trying to help the small business. Who are the small businesses in the market? The last time the Ghana Standards Board went in to monitor fuel stations, they came up with the fact that all our fuel stations, it were all contaminated. Well was part, Shell was part, was a culprit. What is it? Total was a culprit. A lot of them, all of them. So it's not like they are selling quality fuel. That's why their prices are high. Because 2023 Ghana Standards Board report, go and look at it. So you, Tamakulo, on what basis are you coming with a price floor? You said Ghana is a free market economy, that they are trying to help people who are, which people?
Small business.
That they are trying to help small businesses. They are not helping small businesses. Because when the price of fuel goes up, small businesses collapse. That's the truth. Living condition becomes high, transportation prices go up. We talk about food prices in the market, it will go up. Every sector of the economy goes up. And Tamakulo, with your 2 A4 sheet papers you were using to run around when you were looking for power, you didn't know this. Now I've realized that with the NDC, let's be factual. Anyone who is in a political party and is not working and is doing politics 24/7, let's not vote for them. Because majority of the NDC members, they just completed school. Once they were at the school, they were spending big money. And then they completed school, rushed into politics, spending big money. When they were in opposition, they were so hungry. And they said, we'll use every means, lies, whatever we'll do it to come to power. And they did that and came to power. And Ghanaians have, they said the wind has blown and the back of the fowl has opened. We've seen your life.
Okay, let me read some messages. This one says, JKMJ, why will you bring Janet Nabla on your show to disfigure the whole show? Her submissions are very parties. Oh, okay. I don't know, but let me. The way some of you are very, very aggressive on this. Williams Kwesi Wolo says, do you know that Allied Health Professions Council has not printed a single certificate for its students since 2024? We need an intervention ASAP. Okay, so that's some concern that you're raising over there. We'll try and see what we can do about that. Sameh Boachi says that the recent hike in fuel prices has brought about a change in narrative from the NDC led by Mahama, despite their earlier assertions about the insignificance of global conflicts on Ghana's economy. Given the current economic challenges, it's prudent for Ghanaians to expect consistency from their leaders. Mahama's previous claims about the Ukraine-Russia conflict seem to contrast with the current situation. If the NDC is serious about resetting the agenda, they should consider apologizing to any past misinformation and propose measures to mitigate the effect of the fuel price increase. This gesture would be appreciated from Mahama. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Samuel Osei, Sarkodie, and he goes on and on. Let me go here, and that's from Hamza in Pig Farm. It says, good morning, my brother. Your program is a serious program, so I would advise that balances the serious research before coming on your program. My brother, do you remember Dr. Baumia during the 2016 campaign? According to him, why should a pandemic go past Cote d'Ivoire and only affect Ghana? Hope you remember. So I would advise the NPP lady to direct a question to the doorsteps of Dr. Baumia. What I'm hearing this morning is it true President Nana Addo has called on President Mahama to complete the Agenda 111 hospital's interest? Yeah, that's true. Interesting times ahead. I was expecting him to tell us how many has been completed during his tenure as the president for 8 years. Over $98 million was used to dig a hole in this country. We were told that $97 million was for building a cathedral, which never saw the light of day. And as if this is not enough, Ochihine has also complained about the state of the hospital in Chibi, and he's calling on government to do something about it. Interesting. This was the same chief who told us not to complain, and President Nana Addo, he went further to say that those who are complaining, which is, according to him, President Nana Addo is fixing things. Today, the same chief is complaining. God have mercy. And as for Janet, okay, Let me move on to the next. These two NPP ladies, all they want is for Ghanaians to suffer. But their lie is we are okay. They should be enjoying their lives. Jerry in Koforia sent in that. So I am Reverend Bismarck, founder Prayer Time International Ministry. It's like NDC for failed Ghanaians. So NDC woman is telling us to throw our fridge away. Okay. This fridge issue. Good morning, Joy Prime. When you sell your consciousness for political propaganda and politics of deceit by the NDC, this is what you get. We have sold our color TV for a black and white TV. As this bio from Dafiama Busi Isa constituency in the Upper West region. He sent in that one. Thanks a lot. This one over here says, good morning, sir. This is Dan. I don't know the reason why the NDC is always making noise and be doing unnecessary comparison. Quality Afinyo Markin said we'll see the true colors of the umbrella, and indeed we are seeing it. From gold board laws, purchase of television for over billions, sole sourcing contract issues. The NDC woman claims the NPP stole cable, and I think if it's true, they should arrest them. Always making noise but can't arrest. The NDC has nothing to offer Ghanaians but to enrich themselves. The oral will oral itself one day. May the good Lord continue to bless Nanado and Dr. Baumia. Let me go to this one. Okay. Master Planner, let me see what Master Planner. It says, Grace is doing a super fantastic job. When fuel prices went down, the NDC said, Abampapa, today fuel is surging higher, and they must admit that still, Abampapa, they did all the propaganda in opposition with fuel prices and Russia-Ukraine war. And now they want to change the scenario, but we won't allow that to happen in this country. We are begging the sports minister, now that Otuado is gone, they should do soul sourcing to select another coach. Greetings to Commander Chris Lloyd. Master Plan over there, playing some mischief with the Otuado situation as well. Anyway, good morning, panelists. The petroleum problem had just come to hit the whole world, not Ghanaians alone. So, Janet Nabla, please make sure that you do your research very well before talking to Ghanaians. This is an educational platform. Sometimes your contributions always generate problems instead of solutions. Anyway,
remove the SIM card of NDC from your head.
This one says, good morning, your panel members. I really enjoyed this program today. Unlike the NPP rep, presenter her issue clearly and unambiguous. Madam Janet Nabla is speaking with emotions and in personal view. It wouldn't help in a bit as aspiring presidential candidate. All right. This one says, I'm surprised listening to Madam Janet, potential PNC candidate, talking like this, pure emotional. She should better join the NPP and stop deceiving herself. Abdul, my team in Kumugo sent in that one. And maybe I'll do the last one. And this one says that, good morning, Kevin and panelists. I'm a big Alaska from Garo Timpani, and my greetings to all the youth in Timpani constituency and Honorable Joseph in Bila DC of Timpani. I want to ask those defending MPP mismanagement, including Madam Janet and Grace, I want to ask them the following questions. How much did NPP leave the fuel prices? 17 Ghana cedis. How much was the exchange rate? 17 Ghana cedis. How much was food prices? High. Is Russia and Ukraine war still going on? Do you know fuel ever sold at 23 Ghana cedis before? Just to ask a question, Madam Grace claims she bought credits 100 Ghana cedis but refused to tell us what equipment are in her shop. Please tell your panelists to respect we the viewers. Anyway.
You say, no. You know something? Me, I can't take these lies. The NDC, me, I will summon all of us to the presence of God. That whoever is lying, God should make sure that that party never comes to power. The highest was 17 Ghana cedis, and it went for only 1 week and came back.
Go and check.
No one has ever had a.
I thought you were always defending MPP.
You see,
I told you that you are always defending MPP.
I'm defending the people of Ghana. God forbid, I'm defending the people of Ghana. You are here to defend the umbrella. You don't give a hoot about the people of Ghana. You don't care about Ghanaians. Somebody is telling me that you are speaking with emotion. My dear, that is why I am here. I speak with emotions because I'm passionate. When I see wicked people who were moving from places with 2 A4 sheets like Tamakulu, talking about how he loved this country, how Ghanaians are suffering. Now the same person is putting Ghanaians under hardship. I will be emotional, my dear.
All right,
I will be emotional.
Our time is up. Let me have your last, comments, and then we'll leave. Grace, let me have yours. And then Vic will do the last.
Other people, you always give them up to 8:30. When
Grace, let me listen to you.
Yes, I would say that.
Our time is very pressed today, but hopefully next week.
Always, Ghanaians, we are going through a lot. We are going through a lot. Our meters. I'm crying for the young entrepreneur out there. I am feeling the heat. I am crying for the ordinary, the driver, the market women. Things are going to be hard. If they are now threatening to increase the prices of what we call it, the transport fares. I don't know if you saw that
no, they are
story that they said they were going to increase it if the government doesn't stabilize the prices of fuel. Do you understand? So the Ghanaian is suffering. Me, I'm struggling as an entrepreneur. I cannot be buying 100 cedis a day. Okay, for me, I can even buy. What about the younger one who has supported him or herself to even put up something like a hairdressing salon or a barbering shop, and that person doesn't have the power to buy what we call it, electricity at the rate at which I am buying? You are telling people to go into entrepreneurship, set up Indomie joints and all that. Like I said, after promising them 24-hour economy, and you are still not making life better for them. When things were happening, you said we should remove the e-levy and all that. They couldn't remove it. You have a D-levy, the same energy that you used to push that this should be taken off. Take the D-levy off to cushion the ordinary Ghanaian. Take the D-levy off. Stop protecting the industry players and protect the ordinary Ghanaian. So before I leave, I'm still advocating that the NDC should take the D-levy off so that the Ghanaian, we don't know how long the war is going to take, but if at this moment they can take the D-levy off to help us get, some kind of better life, they should do it.
Okay, very well. Vic.
Okay, I would like to appeal to every Ghanaian that is watching me at this point, every Ghanaian that is facing any hike in electricity. Obviously, this is what our sister is saying. I don't know what you are saying, but any Ghanaian that is facing any challenge at this point, I would like to assure,
this is my proof,
assure all of you that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, is working assiduously with his team of experts to ensure that electricity is stable, to ensure that we are able to get quality for our money that we pay, and to also ensure that there is a better Ghana for all of us. So cry no more, cry no more, cry no more.
Awesome.
Hope is here.
She's saying
so you said
that's away.
Yeah.
No, you already said.
I'm appealing for the people of Ghana.
Coming up right now, so we have
and throw your freezers away.
We have to go, but I'm grateful to all the beautiful ladies that joined me this morning here on the show. Grace Akusia Amwapeng speaks for the NPP, and Victoria Naima also speaks for the NDC, and the flag bearer of PNP also joined us this morning, Janet Nabla, here on the show. I'm grateful to all of you for the time this morning. We're grateful to Franco Trading Enterprise. Still phones, Papa Pafi. News Flash was proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. And we're all making our way to Gomoa constituency this week from the 2nd to the 5th of April. There's going to be Gomoa Easter Carnival, and we want you to be there. And then the Man A+, the Honorable Member of Parliament for the constituency, we're all going there. It's a huge umbrella, and trust me, we're making our way to different places over there. Come and experience Gomoa. Come and experience Gomoa Central. You will love it. There's Babylon, there's Jartown, there's Palm Wine Village, there's Wine Village, there's Big Carnival, the Derba. A lot of things will be happening on that day. So please do well and come through. Let us all have a great time, in Gomoa.